Hi, my name is Jovon English and I'm the owner of Milk and Brookies. Milk and Brookies is a specialty dessert company. We take a brownie and a cookie and we make it in the shape of a cupcake. It took us a while to get here. We didn't set out with a plan to start a dessert company. It just kind of happened. I had an intense craving for brownies and cookies, couldn't decide between either, decided I really wanted to have both, but I know me and I know my self-control when I make brownies and cookies doesn't exist. So I decided that if I made it in the shape of a cupcake, I would only eat one. It's like my version of portion size control. I don't like that. So I had people over, they ate them, they loved them. I took them to work for the holiday party and they really liked them. And then people started to ask me if I could bake them for them and they would buy them. So that's really how it started. The goal was to just be able to pay some bills, just to take some of the financial burden of life off of me and pay some bills. I do have business partners in this, and one of them is my sister. I have a friend, Marcus, and a cousin in Atlanta, Tisa. My sister and I lived together when we created this business, and she's a single mom. So really just to help lift the burden of the expense of children, because they are very expensive. So we tried to do that with Milk and Brookies. Began selling to a lot of pharmaceutical sales reps, just utilize our connections that we have with our friends and families and branched out from there. So to a lot of pharmaceutical sales reps, real estate executives, accountants, people that regularly give gifts or tokens of appreciation on a small scale. And they became our regular clientele, which was awesome because with their gift giving, we were able to get immense amounts of exposure that we would not receive otherwise. Decided to go out on a limb and apply to be on Shark Tank. At the point that we did that, we actually were very, very young in the business, but we decided, hey, the only thing they could do is tell us no, and we would be right where we are, which definitely wasn't a bad position. Applied for Shark Tank, about 45,000 companies applied, 112 make it to air. So we were actually fortunate enough to make it to air. And since then, the journey has just been amazing. Our sales overnight increased drastically. From the night before it aired to the night of airing, we saw an increase of 3,000%. We've learned a lot from that. You know, you always want a ton of exposure so that your products can reach everywhere, but you have to be able to manage that exposure once it comes in. So that has taught us tons of lessons on just how to set expectations with your clients and make sure that the expectations are met in a timely manner. Make sure that it's a realistic expectation for both you and them. So that was the main thing that we brought from, or that we got from the experience on Shark Tank. In addition to just learning the business side. Before, it was truly a hobby. It was something that I did for fun. I enjoy baking, and it was a hobby, and it's definitely grown into something more than that. The thing that motivates me most when creating different flavors is just the reaction that I get from people. Like to know that for a moment in time, I'm responsible for their satisfaction, their joy. That is the most motivating thing. The other thing that motivates me is just the encouragement from family and friends. Like when I was asked to participate in Women at Amaze, there was no way that I could decline the invitation. Like just to know that that the purpose behind it is to show her daughter that they're everyday women that can accomplish goals, that can set out and do things, is phenomenal. I think that in this life you have to have tangible role models and people that you can touch and that you can call. And so many times we focus on people that are celebrities that are unreachable. You know, you can't touch them, all their pictures are airbrushed, and by no means am I discrediting any of the work that they do. But I think that role models are people that you can touch and that you can see and you can pick up the phone and call are so much more impactful than those that you don't have any contact with. So Women That Amaze to me is phenomenal. Like to give someone a glimpse into the life of what it takes to get to where you want to be, or just to show you. For me, this is not my first business venture by far. This is no way near my first business venture. With my girlfriends from high school, we started an event planning company because we planned our first high school reunion and planned weddings and things of that sort. It was great, it was fun. The distribution of work sometimes was uneven, so it made for frustration, but it was a great experience. I have other companies that I work with other family members, but this one is my baby, and so it is truly my concept, my drive that makes me get up and bake when I'm exhausted. When I think about what my life passion is, I definitely want to make those that I'm surrounded by proud. So my passion is to do whatever it takes to make that happen while also staying true to myself. I want to be somebody that can reach back and give back to people. Not so much that, give back to anybody, you know, women, children, young, old, whatever. So I'm definitely passionate about people, I guess it's true what they say. I have a love of people and just making people happy, and knowing that that whatever I do, whatever my path, wherever it leads me, can definitely allow me to do that. In terms of goals, I want to live a life where I have the freedom to do those things that make me happy. Travel, go around and speak publicly. I really enjoy that. I don't think that I knew that I enjoyed that as much as I found out recently. Just spend time with family and friends. Those are the things that I want to do. My professional goals, just continue to build an empire that can create generational wealth for the people that come behind me, be it children. I don't have any children now, but in the event that I decide to have children, but I do have nieces, and I definitely want my nieces to be financially secure, and I also want to set a great example for them, an example that shows that hard work and dedication can get them to wherever they want in the world in this lifetime, and also something that shows them that if you try and you fail, it's okay, that you can get up and you can do it again. Learn from your mistakes. You can also learn from the mistakes of others. So those are things that are really, really, really important to me. If I could leave you with anything, it would be that plans actually fail in the beginning and not the end. That is my biggest guidance, you know. So I'm always doing a lot of research, so that in my research I know that if I set out to do something, even though I recognize that things may change prior to the conclusion of it or to the accomplishment of the goal, I step out to do things with the confidence that I've researched it and that my plan is a solid plan. Also, be teachable, be open to criticism, both good and bad, and learn from it. Thank you so much.